Hello everyone, welcome to another exciting Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle new character video in which I break down and react to the new April Dokkan Festival Vegeta plus Nappa Reversible Exchange. So if you enjoy this video, consider liking, and if you enjoy the channel and have not done so already, please consider subscribing as well. And let's get straight into the animation! Before that, we have the animations for the side unit Transcended Ultra Rare Cybermen with their introduction skill along with their super attack skill. Animations are looking quite solid, although nothing absolutely insane. I am still satisfied with how these animations look, with the super attack looking absolutely crispy, and the introduction animation skill, while almost entirely stolen from the STR Nappa, minus about like this part, where instead the STR Nappa launches into the Cybermen having the self-sacrifice attack. This is still a very solid set of animations, as I have said, and it is a pleasure to see the Cybermen get another card, as I was also equally satisfied when they joined up with Nappa in Dragon Ball Legends as well. But the moment y'all been waiting for, let's go ahead and react to the animations for Nappa and Vegeta, and already that introduction animation for them as well looks absolutely spectacular, and the ending style looks absolutely impressive. I really like how they did that, and boom, absolute obliteration on the 12 key, and then going ahead and getting into the active skill. They go ahead and both transform Nappa and Vegeta into their giant ape forms, and the impact of this we'll talk about a little bit later, but yeah, that is absolutely fantastic. And of course, they both have sprite animations along with that as well, looking absolutely crispy. So, with that being said, here is Nappa's animations, starting off with the super attack. Oh, bang! Going ahead and dealing quite a lot of AoE damage to the enemy, and then he goes ahead and has his own skill, which also looks absolutely amazing. But the real kicker in this is, wait a minute, that's a target. Yep, he has a target mechanic. However, that is the last skill they have, and overall, Nappa plus Vegeta's animations were numerous and robust, with them having not only an intro skill, two super attacks, but they both have their own individual active skills. So, like the Cyberman, I am satisfied with the quality here. However, there just isn't anything absolutely insane or abnormal about these. So, I am going to react to their kits and then give y'all my final thoughts. Starting off with a force to be reckoned with, Cyberman, they are extreme int with the terrible leader skill of Key 3 HP attack defense 130%, and they lead Saiyan Saga or Mission Execution, which are their only two categories, which also sucks. But their passive skill is Morale of Expendable Soldiers, activates the entrance animation when there's another ally whose name includes Cyberman and Nappa on the team, or when there is a Saiyan Saga category enemy. One time, permanently attack and defense 150%, randomly changes key spears of a certain type AGL excluded to rainbow key spears, and great chance of evading enemies' attack. When attacking with 12 or more key, attack and defense 200% up. For 6 turns from the character's entry turn, damage reduction 50% up, and launches an additional super attack. And per Saiyan Saga ally on the same turn, attack and defense 150% up, and per ally whose name includes Cyberman, attacking in the same turn, key 3 and attack 181%, chance of performing a critical hit 10% up, launches an additional super attack, and launches an additional attack that has a medium 30% chance of becoming a super attack. Their link set is Brutal Beatdown, New, Coward, Infighter, Tag Team of Terror, Loyalty, and Fierce Battle, with the super attack Cyberman Rush, physical attack, and the effect is greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn and causes supreme damage to the enemy. So overall, their kit seems as solid as their animations. They could do decent damage, but they don't seem anything ridiculous. They don't have much support, although they change key spears, so they just seem to be an okay type of floater unit for the Saiyan Saga and Mission Execution team to help out the Nappa and Vegeta. However, before leaving their kit and going on to them, I will have to say, what is up with the per ally whose name includes Cybermen attacking in the same turn? Last time I checked, there is approximately 0 good Cybermen in the game, so could we be seeing that for April Fools? I don't know. Could we be seeing something else entirely for April Fools? I don't know, but I am excited to see what we get for that celebration. But that is in an entirely separate video, getting into the main attraction, Inconceivable Saiyan Power Vegeta plus Nappa. They are Extreme AGL with the leader skill Saiyan Saga or Accelerated Battle, Key 3, HP 200, and attack and defense 170, plus an additional attack, HP and defense 50% for characters who also belong to Mission Execution, Giant Ape Power, or Final Trump Card. And their passive skill starting off with Ruthless Vegeta, basic effects, attack defense 250% up, receives an initial key 1 per AGL key spear obtained, chance of performing a critical hit and damage reduction 40%, and Saiyan Saga or Giant Ape Power allies attack defense 40%. 1 or more AGL key spears obtained and 1 or more Rainbow key spears obtained, Saiyan Saga or Giant Ape Power allies attack and defense a further 20% up, and attacks are effective against all types. So already Vegeta is an insane support for the Saiyan Saga team, but the Giant Ape Power is getting another monstrous unit on their team that supports, which is absolutely ridiculous. Did they need it? No, but they'll absolutely take the love. And when attacking, Vegeta gets attack and defense 150% up, one time damage reduction rate 20% up, and attack and defense 100 launches an additional attack that has a 70% chance of becoming a super attack, great chance, and attacks guaranteed to hit when facing only one enemy, which is the majority of the game. You should be able to get that passive skill off relatively easy, which is going to be absolutely fantastic. After performing 2 or more attacks in battle, permanently launches an additional attack. There's a great chance of becoming a super attack and chance of performing a critical hit 20% up. After performing 6 or more attacks in battle, permanently launches another additional attack. There's a great chance of becoming a super attack and another chance of performing a critical hit 20% up. And for every attack performed, attack 150% up and damage reduction rate 7% within the turn. Ooh, that is actually quite massive, so he could get to quite high damage reduction rate. And remember, they have damage reduction support on Giant Ape Power as well with the Super Saiyan 3 Goku, so their damage reduction is going to absolutely be quite high. Wow, they look absolutely fantastic, especially on Giant Ape Power, but they'll also help out Saiyan Saga and all of their other numerous teams quite a bit. And when facing 2 or more enemies or starting from the 3rd turn from the character's entry turn, meets up with Nappa and can reversible exchange. Interesting that that condition is 2 or more enemies if you want to jump into it on turn 1. However, 3rd turn for the character's entry turn is a really good condition on that skill. However, do keep in mind, it's not from start of battle, it is from his entry turn. That does matter, so it's not turn 3, it is their turn 3. So that's just something to go ahead and keep in mind. And their Link skills, Saiyan Warrior Race, Royal Lineage, over 9,000! Saiyan Pride, Prepare for Battle, Saiyan Roar, and Fierce Battle in their categories Saiyan Saga Accelerated Battle, Mission Execution, Giant Ape Power Final Trump Card, Pure Saiyan, Dragon Ball Seekers, Vegeta's Family, Terrifying Conquerors, and Human Needs, Fate, Traveling Warriors, Gifted Warriors, Planetary Destruction, and Successors. And the active skill is Giant Ape Assault, can be activated when facing only one enemy. And active skill effect raises attack by 1,700% temporarily, causes ultimate damage, seals super attack, changes physical key spheres to rainbow, and Saiyan Saga category allies attack 20%, plus an additional attack 20% for extreme for one self-excluded on that support. Wow! That active skill should hit quite hard. That is going to do a lot of damage, especially with all the attack that Vegeta gets in his kit as well. So Vegeta looks absolutely insane. So let's see how Nappa is. Before getting into that, though, a super attack Gallic Beam. It is a beam super, and the effect is raises attack for 4 turns. Greatly raises defense for 1 turn and causes immense damage to the enemy. And Nappa has the passive skill, can perform reversible exchange with Vegeta. Attack defense 700 and high chance of performing an initial super attack when receiving an attack. Defense 150%, damage reduction 50, one-time damage reduction 30%, defense 50% up, and damage reduction 20% when facing 2 or more enemies or when 70% or less HP. After receiving 5 attacks, permanently Saiyan Saga allies T1 and attack 5% plus an additional 10% for extreme class characters, and after receiving 10 attacks in battle, Saiyan Saga characters receive another key 1 and 5% attack plus an additional attack 10% for extreme class. It's time, world! For every attack received, attack 78 up to 780, and chance of performing a critical hit 10% within the turn? And that super attack effect is greatly raises defense for 4 turns, greatly raises attack for 1 turn, causes immense damage to all. So they're just destroying Super Battle Road immediately, huh? Wow! Wow! Multiple enemy content has nightmares about this Nappa, and their active skill, end of the game, can be activated when facing 2 or more enemies, or when there's another Saiyan Saga ally attacking in the same turn. Guards all attacks and directs enemy attacks towards the character for 1 turn. Yo. 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 And their link set is also having Saiyan Warrior race over 9,000! Prepare for battle and fierce battle like the Vegeta, but it changes to brutal beatdown, berserker, and tough as nails for Nappa. Okay. 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 Yeah, okay. I gotta collect my thoughts for a second, because... What? He is so... Whoa! Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, okay. It's fantastic. Oh my gosh, was that fantastic! Alright, everyone, getting directly into the final thought. Vegeta plus Nappa. Unlike the Cyberman, who is just an okay character, they're busted. They're absolutely broken. What are we doing here? They're amazing. They're stupendous. They're fantastic. They're all those adjectives. If I didn't have 0 stones, literally 0 stones, I would consider summoning. And with that being said, we are not only getting a new stage for Seriously Serious All-Out Battles 2, Stage 3, along with those nice crispy 7 tickets to coat that we might be able to somehow, maybe, get Nappa and Vegeta off of those. We will be getting the April Fool's content as well, so that all is going to be a very, 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 very exciting time for freaking sure. But with that being said, hopefully y'all enjoyed this video. They're freaking insane. They're nuts. No, I didn't expect their kid to be that crazy. Wow, 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 wow. Like, oh my gosh, they are like levels of attack stats. Like, whoa, they are busted. I really like their design where they have this flip-flop mechanic of Vegeta being good for single targets and Giant A power, as Nappa is good for multiple targets. Ooh, no, they're crazy. That is going to be a very, very fun designed character to go ahead and see. But with that all out of the way, hopefully y'all enjoy this Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. I definitely put in a lot of takes to make sure I got this video perfectly correct. I wanted this video to absolutely be stupendous. So, once again, consider dropping a like for your boy, and I'm out of here!